Today I'm going to show you how to set your fantasy football lineup in order to prepare yourself for the week and ultimately win your league. So for those who aren't too familiar with it, fantasy football is a game where the participants serve as owners of virtual football teams using real professional football players. The competitors select their rosters through a draft and compete based on the player performances in real life. So in order to set the perfect lineup, you're going to want to do some research on your opponent. The first metric I like to look at is projected overall points, as it will give some insight as to who is projected to win and the amount of points that you're projected to score. As of right now, my projected score is a lot higher than my opponent's, so this week's looking good for me. You can also look at projected metrics for individual players, and you can move players from your bench to your starting lineup if they have a favorable matchup. One stat I like to look at to determine this is opponent rank, which shows how the defense is ranked prior to the upcoming game. For example, I decided to start Miami Dolphins wide receiver Jalen Waddle this week because he's going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers' 32nd ranked pass defense, which is the worst in the NFL. While success is never a guarantee in fantasy football, this metric will help you to decide who might have a strong week and who may not. Lastly, you're going to want to pay close attention to trending NFL news and keep an eye on the waiver wire. The waiver wire is a place where players who aren't currently on a roster exist, and you can add these players to your roster when their stock is trending upwards. For example, I picked up Seattle Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker because the starter Rashad Penny suffered an injury and is now out for the season. Walker is now projected to receive a lot more carries, which will likely translate to more points. Keeping up with the latest injury news and trade news will help you to keep your roster as strong as possible during the season. Those are some of my tips on how to build your fantasy roster and to win your league. Thanks for watching.